exclusive. This is A1 exclusive. This is A1 exclusive. A1 exclusive.
Hey, we got debaters coming up. Open panel Spar session. You know what time it is. I'm about to drop that link in the chat. Anybody want to come up? You already know what we doing tonight. That's definitely me on the beat. We do have live producer battles coming on the way soon. Let me drop that link. Yeah, that's me on the beat. I do a lot. I do the voiceovers. I do all the graphics. Get with me. You need some work. There go the link. Pull up.
This is A1 exclusive.
Who we got? I don't see Silky. Where'd Silky go?
This is A1 exclusive.
Oh, Silky will have to reconnect. It says we got Silky trying to pull up. I'm dropping the link in everybody chat right now while this beat playing. Go ahead and share that link, Zion, to all your brethren. Share it to I'm sorry, my apologies for forgetting the one homie name that you just put me on to. He was dropping some powerful information in the back chat. And you dropped the link to him, please. I don't know if he up this late, but we are about to get it in. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go. Yeah, I'm sharing this link right now. Get all the debaters up here. Let me turn this down. Yeah, Silky on the way back up. He had to reload. Zion, let me stop this. What's the topic today, man?
I don't even know, man. I'm falling back. You know what I'm saying? I
You
don't
falling
exert myself.
You try to see where the discussion go.
I'm trying to see where it go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here
Let's
for
get it,
backup.
man. He bringing the positive vibes only for the Spar session, man. You know that's what the charm represents. PVO, it's a clothing line I got. Positive vibes only. We got Silky D back in the building. Let me go ahead and drop that link down so we can see these gentlemen. Go ahead and share that link, Silky. I know you got a couple people that you've been itching to get at, man. We about to do this right now, man. Let me go ahead. I'm sharing it live and direct. Cause yeah.
What exactly is on the agenda?
Man, Berbers, that's what I heard, man. AAO, Berbers. What they talking about, man?
Ah,
I shouldn't have
shit.
said it, huh?
Yeah, they don't want that. They're not ready for that type of high knowledge yet, man.
They don't want that Berber smoke, man.
Oh
You see,
shoot! Nah, I mean, if anybody want it, they can get it now.
let's go. I'm sharing this link around. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this music low, man. I've been killing these beats lately, man.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
getting ready.
man. You would start it up now that I'm leaving the lab.
Yeah, we getting ready for these live producer battles. So I just been, touching up on my stuff. The live producer battles, we actually gonna share the screen. So you get to see these producers doing what they do best. You get to, don't bring all your tricks out if you don't want to let them see everything. But if you want to win, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm definitely going to be teaching the game and giving the sauce away. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It don't take nothing away from what I do. It just means I'm an inspiration to others. So that's how I look at stuff like that. Yeah, though, man. Berber Nation, right?
Already, man. Real talk, man. To the end and the beginning, to infinity and beyond.
I'm sharing this link. Hit the link. Hit the panel. Silky taking questions. Zion sipping on his ginger beer.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's good then. Sure. You gonna be working? You gonna work the tools for me too?
Yeah, I'm working the tools. What you want me to pull up something real quick? You want to get it started like that?
If you want, yeah, I don't mind.
Let's start it like that while we waiting on everybody to get up here. What you want me to pull up?
Show you right. Let's go ahead and start off. Let's look up the origins of the word Africa.
You want me to where you want me to look it up at?
Just go wherever you want.
Okay. I'll just go to chat.
Royal about to pop in too. I just got off the phone with Royal.
Good looking. That's what I'm saying. We just gonna keep it going until everybody get up here. You know how this shit go, man. You just gotta keep the stream rolling for a little bit. They see Silky, they gonna pop out. You know what I'm saying?
Silky been putting in work though. You know what I'm saying? I can give it to Silk though. You putting in a lot of work, man.
I really have, huh, Zion?
Dead ass, bro. You know what I mean?
A lot of groundwork.
The origins of the word what?
Africa.
Somebody just popped in. Let me get them up here. We got Raz Royale. Yes, that's the name, man.
Yeah,
I knew it was something catchy, and I didn't want to mess it up, so I just pretended like I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling today, King?
Yo, bless up, Wagwan. Big up.
That's loud up in here.
Aye.
What's the convo, man? What's the convo?
Get him out, Haile Selassie the first.
Rastafari.
Rastafari. Selassie the first.
Oh, we pulling up the origins of the word Africa, Silky.
Hala Selassie and our celestial beings.
The origins of the word Africa.
Yeah.
The hell is wrong with my keyboard? I got a key stuck or something? What the fuck? Oh, shit, tweaking.
We're gonna start there, kind of like we'll start there.
Africa. One of my favorite songs is Africa by Akon, man. I don't know if y'all hip to that. Okay, we about to pull this up right now. Let's go ahead and look at the origins of the word Africa. This is how we about to get this started, man. Straight shot, no chaser, man. What they
Yeah, also
talking
that
about?
brother that was on today, breaking down Israelites in Africa. Yo, Ross, he opened up what Von Benjamin was talking about in the music about Kilimanjaro. Yo, the dude was breaking it down. I was like, yo.
That's dope. That's dope. I'm
Gotta
definitely
send
looking forward to having a conversation. Hopefully,
But Zion,
we'll be
they was
talking about
wrong,
His
though.
Majesty a little bit.
No. Actually, so I don't think that it's entirely wrong. Now there was a lot of points that the brother had brought out that I thought was a little oversimplified, but seeing that
You silly, oversimplified.
no, it was oversimplified. It was way
Y'all
over.
y'all want to pull that video up? You want to pull that video up?
That was on Netta.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was on Netta. But,
Okay, so what it say for it?
Oh, for the origins. Okay, let me go over here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for everybody else too. Because I see on that screen it look a little small. What that's looking like, that might be too big for y'all. Okay, let me see what y'all see. Boom, there we go. We got action. Let's get it. The origins of the word Africa are debated, and there is no single universally accepted answer. Historians, linguists, and archaeologists have proposed several theories based on ancient languages, tribes, geography, and colonial records. Here are the main credible origins. The Roman theory, most accepted in mainstream history. The most widely taught origin comes from the Romans. Okay, listen, I'm just reading what it says. I'm reading it definite like this is my shit, but it ain't. I'm just practicing. Okay, the most widely taught origin comes from the Romans, Africa, from the Afri people. The Romans encountered a group of people near modern day Tunisia. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what they said, called the Afri or Afur. They named the region Africa Terra, meaning land of Afri. Over time, the name expanded to refer to the entire continent, meaning Afri. This is uncertain, but some scholars link it to Berber, meaning the Berber word meaning cave dwellers. So that's what you rolling with.
Still,
we got the Berber
still
King
cute.
over here, Silky D.
Africa ain't no big deal or nothing, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's just what they say is some of the origins of it. Yeah, I mean, just a little something. But it's funny that you bring now. Go to the Afri people. Let's pull up let's dig in. Let's peel back the layers, because I'm getting tired of a lot of they keep on saying they're coming from the people of Afri. Well, those are
You control in the chat GPT, man. I'm just your hand. So what you want me to type in, brother?
Right. Go ahead and look up the Ifri tribe, the ancient Ifri tribe.
How you spell it? AFRI? The same way they were spelling it in
IFRI.
I didn't spell something else. I didn't put Afri. The Afri tribe, also referred to Afri in Latin as some mysterious group. This is not who you were looking for, though. The indigenous North Africans, the Afri, were likely a native tribe or federation of tribes in North Africa, particularly around what is the northern. Well, yeah, what they said. Let's pull up this source, though, because we all about that. You know what I'm
Already.
saying? We're not just about to keep reading down Chat GPT. Let's see if these pages are actually in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Pages, picture pages.
Yeah, it's happened before, right? Am I lying?
Nah,
Oh,
yeah,
my,
we're gonna
oh
feel
dang, my
like,
screen ain't even sharing. I was doing all that, and y'all couldn't even see nothing.
Nah, I ain't seen
Y'all
no
gotta
screen
tighten
yet.
me up,
There we
man.
go.
okay, there you go.
Tighten me up, y'all. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay, this is their free. I'm gonna read it again. Damn, what is that shit? Okay, yeah. Who were the Afri? Indigenous North Africans. The Afri were likely a native tribe or federation of tribes in northern Africa, particularly around what is now northern. Say that again, man. Say that.
Tunisia.
Tunisia. Okay, I just
Tunisia.
yeah. That's the last time y'all should have to say it for me, man. And guess what? That source can't be pulled up.
Okay.
Again, you see what I'm saying? You see why I'm glad we doing this like this?
We
When
can
I
pull
go
up
to
the
that,
source
it
from
goes to a
Ethiopia.
page that's not there. That page don't
Right.
exist.
For the
Wait, but
Tunisian
you know
one?
what? There's several
Sometimes
there's three
ChatGPT will
sources.
do
There's
that.
three sources for this. So let
Yeah,
me
it's
share this
multiple.
one.
It ain't just one. Yeah, it's multiple
I'm not
sources.
saying your stuff ain't valid. You know, I'm just doing this for
Now, sometimes ChatGPT creates its own. They call it AI hallucinations.
yeah,
We got
just
to
to
be
see if
careful.
Chat
I mean, well, if
GPT.
it pulled it though, well, I mean, it's funny. It is.
I'm not
It's
saying
grabbing
that,
it from
I'm not
somewhere.
saying that it's wrong, but you know what I'm
This is
saying.
one of the
That's
sources.
info.
I don't know
Right.
what this is. This look like ancientpages.com. What the fuck is this?
And we can get into the term athiops. You know what I'm saying,
Okay.
right, Ross Royal?
Let me see what these people talking about
That's
though,
what I was trying
man.
to tell them. Al-Kiviland or Ethiopia.
Yes, I.
Let's see what these people talking about, man. Okay. As I scroll down, it says Coney Waters, ancientpages.com. We read about the historical places and events without thinking about what's behind a name. For example, we can ask, why is Africa called Africa? How did the African continent get its name? After Asia, Africa is the world's second largest continent. There are 54 countries and territories in Africa, and 11 billion people inhabit them. It's a beautiful but poor continent. I hate when they say that.
Yo, it was already lying because Asia's
Misinformation.
not even larger than.
I
Asia's
know,
not
and
larger.
I didn't stop there either,
So
but
those
I
are
didn't
two
That's
daggone
the
want to
crazy
go
part
down
is,
these rabbit hole arguments, but maybe we
falsehoods.
should.
well,
Yeah.
we can't really
should.
shy away from the facts. The facts of the matter is America's national debt is 37 trillion. Ghana's is
Right.
approximately 53 billion.
So who's the
So
poorest
who's
nation?
rich and who's poor? Plus, you talk about the natural resources, and His Majesty teach us the greatest resource of a nation is its people, because a garden can't plant itself, nor can a gold mine dig itself. So, you know what I mean?
Can.
All right, so you're talking when you talk about poor, you're talking GDP. Then you're not talking about.
No,
Yeah,
we're
we're talking
saying
about poor. Yeah.
you can't say a sweeping statement like poor without
Right.
considering all of the dynamics of what it means to be
Right.
poor or rich.
Natural
and if you had a
resources.
scale,
Right.
Africa would be off the charts if it came to wealth.
Right. Right.
Okay, let's see what it's talking about. Where was I at?
I got the
According,
next thing to pull up after that. But go ahead.
according to historians, there could be several plausible explanations as to why Africa is called Africa. And let me get back. Excuse me.
From what I understood, it was about Africanus.
Africanus. Yeah,
the
that's what I
white
was-
gentleman who
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, don't fall for that. That's what they want you to believe.
Right. Well, I'm sure even no matter how you look at it, Europeans are going to get most of their names from African countries anyway. But is that a topic that? I guess if that's the topic, hey, it is what it is.
Y'all see this
Well,
map?
I think
Is the
Silky's
map
showing
blowing
that
up
it
for
doesn't
y'all?
come from that Africa doesn't
Yeah,
come
blow
from
it up for me. I
African.
can't see it that good, so yeah, blow it up for me, A1.
I think he's saying that it comes from the Afar people of Tunisia, the Berber Afar people. I think that's what look,
Okay, what's that,
Aethiopithecus.
man? What's
Look right there. Aethiopithecus. You see that? Y'all see
Okay,
Aethiopithecus?
Okay, what year is that
Oceanus
map from?
Aethiopithecus. This map, I
Okay.
believe, is 17 or 16th century.
Right.
Oh, that's
Majority of
good.
18th century maps and prior show the Atlantic Ocean as the Ethiopian Ocean. So
Right.
it wouldn't be considered the
Okay.
transatlantic slave trade. It would be considered the Ethiopian slave trade, or supposed
Now,
to be.
A1, look up the oldest evidence of Libya,
I
of
don't
human
like this
existence in
map.
Libya.
This map
Yeah, that
isn't
map
showing. I'm looking at
yeah,
the
that's not.
ocean and I'm looking at the boats. I'm looking at the sails to try to see which way they're going. They're not showing. Never mind. That's another topic. Okay. What did you ask me to look up? So
I said, if you look up the oldest evidence of human habitation in Libya,
okay, let me go back to this right here. Oldest. What?
the oldest evidence of human habitation in Libya.
Got two T's in it.
Yeah. I was typing fast as hell. Libya has some of the oldest evidence of human habitation in all of North Africa, stretching deep in the lower Paleolithic, stretching deep into the lower Paleolithic, far earlier than the Sahara became a desert. Here are the oldest confirmed sites and fossils. Number one, Mesak, Setsvet, and Masak Millet, Southwest Libya, up to 800,000 to 500,000 years old. These desert plateaus hold huge concentrations of ancient stone tools, including that word, hand axes, early stone flakes, large stone tool workshops, spanning kilometers.
Yeah,
Archaeologists
call it Libya back then.
Yeah, archaeologists.
What was that?
I said they didn't call it Libya back then. It was
Right.
When you talk about the peoples there, it's approximately 15,000 years ago.
Ken.
The Aquilean. I don't know however you say that. Aquilean.
Acheulean.
Acheulean. Okay.
Something like
Okay.
Something like
Anyway,
that.
let's keep it moving. I should
I
put
get
it in.
caught on some of these words too, y'all. I get caught on
It's
some of
probably
these
a Kalian from like.
Oh man, he just came through and said it all effortlessly. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
It falls in line with the Akkadian name, and you know what I'm saying.
I like how you put that together, man.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you're making us look real silly over here. Okay, site. Man, somebody else would do all this reading, man. Y'all got me up here like one of the Hebrew.
Yeah, man. Silky, read your sources, man.
I'm driving right now.
He on the phone. Too, man.
I call them Hebrew Negroites.
Hebrew Negroites.
Yeah, you got me reading stuff you don't even care about. You just letting me go.
Niggas be like 10, chapter 7,
next.
verse 3.
Okay, hold on. So, A1, look this up next. How many years do the Berbers predate the Arabs?
Arabic is a language.
How about should I ask?
Do the Berbers
predate the Arabs?
No,
First, instead of setting the
Berbers,
stage with a stage question, a loaded question.
how many years does the Berbers predate the Arabs? Not that difficult.
Okay.
I don't think Arabs is a race, though.
Right.
Is it what?
Language.
It's not a race.
Man, I'm typing in do the Berbers.
Anything early? Okay, I'm not even worried. I don't care if it's a race of language. I'm just trying to predate anything Arabs. So,
Because it didn't
how
tell
many
us.
years do the Berbers predate the Arabs? That's
Yes,
it.
the Berbers predate
Go
the
ahead and read.
Arabs by thousands of years in North Africa. Here's a clear breakdown. Berbers are indigenous to North Africa. Archaeology, genetics, and linguistics all show that the Amazigh were in North Africa long before recorded history. Somebody mute out, please. If I'm going to do all this beautiful reading for y'all, I appreciate you. Evidence of the Amazigh ancestry in Libya, Algeria. Say that again, man.
Say Tuna.
It's the Amazigh.
Tunisia. I keep wanting to say something that is not. I keep wanting to say Tanzania, and I know that ain't
Tunisia.
Think,
Tanzania,
think
but
tuna.
my
Think
brain
tuna.
keeps wanting to make me say that.
Think
Yeah,
tuna. Yeah, think tuna,
tuna.
and
Okay,
then
yeah,
get me
Tunisia.
going.
Got you. Okay. Evidence of the Amazigh ancestry in Libya, Algeria, and the Tunisia and Morocco goes back at least 8,000 to 10,000 years. Okay, I thought I was going to say something bigger than that, but okay. Some cultural and genetic markers in the region predate Egyptian civilization over 5,000 years old. Berber languages belong to the Afro-Asiatic family.
Hold on,
And
time out right there. Hold on, pause right there.
right
You
here,
just said it predates the Egyptian by 5,000 years.
let me drop a bomb for that one because I know you was trying
Like,
to
come
prove
on,
that to
man.
somebody
What is that,
all
man?
day
Like,
and they wasn't trying to hear you, huh?
What's the
like,
Egyptian?
come on, man. Now the next question I gotta ask is, what is everybody else thinking? That I'm already thousands of years before your language, before your culture, before your written things, before your math, before anything you got. I've already predated it by thousands of
I'm
years.
thinking Awash Valley and the original man found in the heart of Ethiopia. That's what I'm thinking. Prior to
And
those migrations. Prior
hold on,
to
hold on, slow down. So, okay, hold on, wait. So, what tribe are you referring to?
Australopithecus. Lucy,
Australopithecus? You're
better
talking
known
about
as
We're going past.
better known as Lucy, 3.2
the
million
Lucy.
years old.
So the Lucy bones and skulls. So, but I'm referring to a tribe and the tribe history and information about that. So, does Lucy have a tribe?
No, that was
So,
predating. Yeah,
so when you talk about the Homo fossils, which still predate you, and those are Homo sapiens who did have a tribe
Hold on. What predates me?
formations
How?
called Kibbutz. I'm sorry, I'm still speaking. I'm almost done. The Homo, like I was referencing earlier, predate them by 233,000 years. So whether you want to go with the 3.2 million or you want to go with the 233,000, you're going to
So
end
you're
up at the
talking.
borders of Ethiopia.
Okay, time out. Are you talking anatomically modern human beings? Are you talking Homo sapiens or no? I'm referring to Homo sapiens, modern humans. What
Yeah,
are
I
you
just
you're
referenced
referring
the Homo
to?
sapiens.
Oh, you said Australopithecus.
I said Homo sapiens. That was the second one that I referenced.
And how old is that Homo sapien?
233,000 years old.
233,000. Okay.
You know
A1.
what, bro? Here's the problem.
Can you look up the
When
oldest anatomically
when a
modern
person
human
proves something, are you
fossil?
able to listen,
A1.
Virgin? Because what I realized talking to you
Yep, I
over
can.
the span of a week is that you've never conceded one time to even some of the most fundamental facts. And if you could, I guarantee that would strengthen our brotherhood. But it's up to you.
What you want me to look at?
Can you pull up the oldest anatomically modern fossils? Humans. Where they at? Where's it found at? Anatomically modern or Homo sapien. Just say the oldest Homo sapien evidence. We'll keep it simple. We don't have to dive into all the bone fragments and jawbones and pinky fingers and all that.
What type
And I'm
of
talking
stuff?
civilization. You're talking fossils, but we'll start. We'll get into it.
Okay, you said the oldest Homo sapien evidence. The oldest
Uh-huh.
confirmed evidence of Homo sapiens comes from a few archaeological sites in Africa. Here, hold on, I'll share the screen so that way y'all can see, get a bite of this. You know what I'm saying? Where it go? Where it go? Share this. What the fuck? Where it go? What the hell was I
You
looking
see
at?
how it said a few ethnic groups in Africa. They just say the Burger people.
I done lost the tab somehow. I don't know what I did, man.
Yeah, still your opponent on here.
I don't know what I did, man. The oldest Homo sapien evidence. I
Oldest
gotta
Homo
type it
sapien
again,
fossil.
man.
Or evidence. Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, let me share this screen. Right here, right here. Here's the current. Why give me a different? What the?
Just type in anatomically modern human beings.
No, I just
I
scrolled
seen,
up. That's what happened. I had scrolled up.
I seen before I came on here, y'all was talking about the bird. I told you, man, he's showing his ammo, man. That's all he got.
That's all.
Show my ammo. Oh, you over here
People,
worried? That boy scared.
people know,
Dang,
people do
man,
not
I
have
can show
ammo.
you a still win. You think this is my ammo? Oh, okay. You keep believing that.
Here is the current scientific consensus on the oldest Homo sapiens evidence.
Wow, what
Based
does it
on
say?
fossils, not tools. These are the oldest. Wait, these are the earliest confirmed remains of our species anywhere on Earth. Jebel,
Wait,
Peru,
wait, time
Morocco.
out, time out, hold on,
Morocco,
time out.
300,000 years ago.
Yeah, okay, bet. You said oldest
The
remains of
oldest.
our species anywhere on Earth. Now, what did he come out here and tell y'all? What did that one guy just come out here and say?
Hey, now type in, does that 300,000 skulls, does that skull relate to the Berber people?
It's in Morocco. Are the Bantus in Morocco? Are the Bantus? They got a Morocco migration somewhere
Yeah,
I
all
don't know
right.
about.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, there's Berbers out there. Okay, yeah, that part. But anyway,
It's getting
so
hot in here.
the next magic trick I guess I'll be showing y'all is let's go to 1492. I need to take
Look
a
at
shot.
it. Show all of it. Show all of it.
Now,
It's
I
an
want to
open
know the Moorish kings. Did they leave in 1492? Because they're trying to say that the Jews were expelled in 1492. But when you read the literature, it says Moorish, Muslim, and Jewish. But when you get to looking at the numbers, it was more Moorish people that got expelled. The Jewish number is smaller. But then it says the Jewish people were supposedly, I guess, like little politicians. But the Moors were the kings. So they claim it was under Moorish rule. And then it was also a Muslim on top of that.
This man moving the topic. Hey, type in, does that skull relate to the Berber people?
Type in what?
Does it relate to the Bantu? Ask it that.
So,
Like you
does
asked it.
that skull,
Okay, does it relate
does
to the
that
Bantu?
skull, no, because it don't relate to the
Okay, so what are you crying like?
It don't. I asked her to type it in, does it relate to the
But it
Berber
doesn't
people?
relate to the Bantu,
Does what
right?
relate to the Bantu?
Does that skull, does the Morocco skull relate to the Berber people?
Does the Morocco stone relate to?
Morocco
Oh, he's
skull.
talking about skull they found
That
that was fucking
300,000
dusty.
skull.
He's trying
Was
to
the
act like
Morocco
it's linked up
stone?
through blood.
Yeah, that skull you got on your screen,
300,000 DNA.
that
Is what he's
300,000
asking
skull.
for.
Now, type in, does that skull relate to the Berber tribe?
And then ask if it relates to the Bantu tribe.
Berber. Spell Berber wrong. The short answer, no. Fossils are not Berbers. And they predate the Berber people by over 290,000 years.
Oh damn.
So there we go, right there. So your
No,
whole
ask if
fucking
it's
Morocco,
Bantu.
300,000
Now ask
relates
if
to
it's
the
a
Berber
Bantu
people
bone.
is dead.
Now
It's
ask
dead.
if it's a
Oh
Bantu
damn.
You
bone.
can't use that no more.
Now ask if it's a
It
Bantu
don't
bone.
relate to the Bantu. It
Ask
don't.
if it's related to Bantu.
You can ask it, but it don't relate to her.
Okay, can we get the oldest? Can you ask if Bantu is a culture or DNA?
Hey, so you just try to get over here and try to demolish that man like that with this skull, not knowing that skull don't pertain to you nor your fucking
It's in
ancestors.
Morocco. It's the oldest. Hold on, wait. Did you not read it? It
Did
literally
you not
said
just
all
try to
humans
get up here and just try to belittle that man?
Whoa.
Hey, Jim,
It says all
just
humans
dope.
originate
Stop
from
it,
there.
man.
Did you not
Coach,
read
Hey,
that part?
he has
quick
nothing.
question, y'all.
I
Shalom,
killed him with his
So
own
shalom.
skull.
you're Bantu from Morocco now. All right,
His
great.
own skull. I killed him with his own skull.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
shalom,
Good luck
y'all.
with
So
that.
does it relate? Does that skull relate to
A1. Did you not read all
to
humans
the
come from
Berber
there? Is
people?
that what it read, right, A1?
Hey,
You
can
did
y'all
it
hear
So,
me?
right, A1?
got your people beat by 290,000 years. So
The
God
Bantu
damn.
show a win.
that's a big gap.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
your
man.
name?
Man, we good. I already in Libya. I already showed you Libya 800,000. So you worried about 3? Okay,
What's up,
dog.
Emmanuel? I can hear you.
Shalom, shalom. Hey,
Shalom.
Silky.
Peace to you, brother.
Yo, Your premise on the Berbers is pretty much like they some of the oldest like people groups in North Africa, right?
Well, I just predated Egypt by 5,000 years.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but you ain't never really heard me disagree with you on the Berber shit, because I know a fair amount about the Berbers, but uh I come from a different angle to support it. I always go back to like um when you go look up the Hebrew word afar and its relation to
Ifri,
Africa, it
Ifri. Actually, it's Lebu, right?
No, so Afar is a tribe in the Bible. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's
Emmanuel.
back. That's back to the Ifri.
yeah. Some people definitely relate
Yeah,
Ifri
as far as the Ifri,
to the
the
Phoenician
offering.
word
Yeah,
afar. But
but these things got away, but they predate the Phoenicians by like 8,000 years.
what I was getting at is
The reboot is the Libyans, bro.
it's definitely
Yeah, the
relations
Berbers.
that it was people in that area that remained in that area and didn't do much migration in abundance, and it's even like biblical references as well, like you got early Christian writers that were considered Berbers that were telling you it was certain people that was mentioned in the Bible, like I think it's Simon of Cyrene or something like that. They say he was a Berber, as well as
Well,
there was a
well, the
guy.
Dead Sea Scrolls were found in the Bedouin caves.
People are always talking about the Red Sea Scrolls, bro.
And if you look at the Bedouins, they're North Africans. You
Yeah,
know what? Let's go ahead and look up the Bedouins, A1. Let's pull up
yeah.
the ancient Bedouins.
A lot of history shows that Berbers were like big on Christian writings and keeping up with writings for sure
Well, they
in
would
They
North
were
actually go to
Africa.
Christians.
the Coptic
They were
language. If
Christians.
you study the origins of the Coptic language, you'll see that ties
They
into
were
them also.
Christians. Exception. They were Christians, too.
And then you know what?
Yeah,
Hold
for
on,
sure.
A1. Why don't you look up the origins of the god Amon?
They
That
cut their
that that's
savages
the
lay up
only
their 300,000 skulls.
that's the only difference
I
that
But
just
a
saw
big
I
that
stop.
about yeah.
Silky
that's
trying
the
to break angles right now. He just tried to pivot on y'all with the Amon thing. Y'all saying y'all started
that's the
It's
only
I
difference I
predated
done heard us
trying to
everything.
pivot,
breaking
y'all.
There's
down.
Doing
six
so bad.
prophets, you know,
That's
he
the
worried
biggest
about three. I hit up for eight.
that's the biggest difference I done heard in our breakdown. Silky is pretty much you know
Wait till you
I,
see
I
my
don't
D
I,
breakdown.
You better
I
not
don't too
run to
much hear
that in
you
the
talk
debate,
about
bro.
I don't too much hear you talk about the Berbers being Christians or like Jews, and a lot of them were
Oh,
Jewish
right. You mean Christians
and
and
Christians
Jews?
for sure.
Well, that's like that ain't like ancient though. That ain't none of that like ancient. I like
But
the ancient
you're
stuff.
right.
Speaking
Emmanuel
of
is right.
ancient,
The
we're
Berbers,
gonna
the
Okay.
Berbers
compare
were,
Bring up
they
Homo
were
the
Christians, bro.
sapiens
and you brought
to
up
hominids.
the Islam, but I just like I said once again, I showed that the Berbers are thousands of years ahead of all these things. So
Nah,
literally,
actually, and that's where the problem lies. You saying that these Homo sapiens are somehow supposed to be the ancestors of hominids, and that's not the case. So when I brought a
well, I'm just
hominid
showing
forward,
you
you brought the Homo
ancient
sapien
fossils
in
and
to try to to
human
try to
habitation.
to try to bulldoze the conversation into a Homo sapien conversation as if it's the older species, but it's not.
Right,
Hold
right.
on,
It's
wait. So
much
did I start that or
younger.
did you
Matter of
start
fact,
that?
it's
Uh-oh.
much younger. And matter of fact, I can kind of show you how the lineage goes from one to the other.
Okay, well,
How did
time
the
out.
older
So
species?
A1 read it to all of us. He said all the humans are
Brethren,
descendants of those
do me a
bones
favor.
in Morocco. That's what he told
Bro.
everybody,
Do me a
right?
And
favor,
then he
brethren.
read,
So let's
and
get
then
on
he
here and
read
say,
that you wasn't the
The way
descendant,
I
nigga.
communicate is I finish what I'm saying, then you come in and interject, so we can have a balanced conversation.
right, go ahead. I
Yeah.
just want to confirm that A1 did say that, right? A1, you did say
No,
that, yes?
So
no,
there's
he
what
didn't,
you
bro.
call muddle in the middle, where in which you have Bodo craniums over 600,000 years old. Basically, there's a lineage here. So the hominid I reference would be millions of years of an aunt to the species you're referencing that developed there. And
Okay.
Hey,
Now
one,
go
this
ahead.
is
stop
where
that
this is
shit,
where
man.
when
You
I
fucking
say
with my
all
eyes.
roads lead to Ethiopia, that's what I mean. You're going to end up at Ethiopia's doorstep trying to like substitute just the Homo sapiens we are now, which we may be evolving to another species right now. with AI, with nanotechnology, with Neuralink, with quantum dot tattoo, with radio frequency identification. You're talking about the evolution of a species.
You're an
I mean,
evolutionist,
what do you say,
and
Bridget?
you're referring to the Kenya bones.
We
You're
might
referring to
got
the
us
Kenyan
one.
Ethiopian bones.
Might got us one.
Yeah, I'm just simply saying, and I'm
Okay, slow
reiterating
down.
that,
Hold
and
on.
then
So
trying
the
to fall back
Ethiopian
down.
bone, yeah,
Go
that's a
back to the
jawbone, I
evolution
believe,
part,
right?
because you said something about us evolving. So now we're Pokemon now.
What we know is this: that every generation science flip flop what they think they found. They find out that the more they find out, the less they actually knew. So we have to not only go with reason, and we have to be sound mind and judgment to say there's countless bones that are not unearthed that will tell a completely different story in the future. But for
So you
what we
saying
know
we gotta wait
today,
for you
to
to be
try to
right?
say that one is exclusive or the other. But His Majesty says the world is not made piecemeal. All of the
Hold on.
continents and peoples on the continents developed as one. The continents were one at one time. The
Well,
migration
if
patterns
you come
from
out
what
like
we
the
learn in
Pangea
Holy
area,
Scriptures,
when you said the
Yeah, you talking
continents was one.
Pangea?
the migration patterns begin from what we learn in the Holy Scriptures at the Tower of Babel, and we see the languages have separated, and the
Okay, but
You
the
talking
original
Jubilees.
intent
about
is changed in
Babylon?
transliteration.
He's speaking of the Book of Jubilees, man.
You don't even get none of that Arabian. You don't get none of that stuff till the Berbers go to Africa.
I don't
You're
know what
aware
the
of
hell
that,
you even
right?
talking about.
You're
We done
saying the
went from
Berbers as
evolution
if
to the
they're
Bible.
separate from
Right,
others. This is
right.
this is my contempt with your argument. The Berbers are one of many that were and always will be. You're separating them as if they're the greatest of all. Can you tell me what the Berbers did so great and where they are now today?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Uh, let's go ahead and look up full of the seaweed Berbers and the seaweed oasis. Do you
No,
know
no,
where that's
you
at?
do that. You if you talk about pull
He's
something up,
working the
you
tools
pull it.
for me. He can't look it up for me. Is it a problem?
No,
I
I'm
am working
saying
the
if
tools
you
for everybody, but it just to keep the flow of the conversation, just bust it down for them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the seaweed
We
oasis
got like 8 people
Berbers.
up here.
So the seaweed oasis Berbers is where you're getting your anointed, you're getting your oil, your olive oil origins in Egypt, and not to mention major trade. Everyone, that's like so. People, when you start thinking anointed oil, guess what? Y'all are getting that from the Siwa Oasis, ancient Berbers. But let's go further into it though. Let's go a little deeper though. Have you ever heard of the Fayum Oasis?
That don't even predate the Coptic writing.
are you asking
Okay,
me?
I'm not worried about that. I say, hey, do you know the area?
That area don't even predate you.
Okay,
That's all
well
you
the
need
people of
to know the
Fayum,
area.
hold on. Well, the people of Fayum is called that. So the Fayum is called the Garden of Egypt. I mean the garden. Yeah, it's called the Garden of Egypt because it was one of the. That's basically the top supplier when it comes to Egypt. When it comes to all everything in Egypt, that's the connect. That's the plug. They don't get no vegetables or anything without them.
Without who?
The Fayum. Go ahead. If you don't mind, A1, could you look up
So,
Fayum,
so you're telling me
Garden of
Egypt could
Egypt?
survive without the Nile?
Look up what? What you want me to look up?
Fayum, Garden of Egypt.
Right,
Ancient
right,
Fayum.
Ross.
This
So are you
nigga
saying
talking
that
How
about
you
Egypt
how you spell
could
it, bro?
survive without the
Like
Nile?
Egypt doesn't have the Nile River,
Fayum.
Fertile Crescent. Come on, B.
Ancient Fayum what?
Just make your point, bro, so we can
Yeah,
keep the
just yeah,
conversation
just make your
going, bro.
point. Yeah, I don't want to keep pulling up
My
stuff
goodness,
every
bro.
2 seconds
This
because
man
y'all
is
gonna be
not your
doing this all
secretary,
night. You
dog.
know,
I
you might as well
can't show
just
him the forest. I
If
thought
you
we was
know
doing
your
the
shit,
forest.
just
You
spit it
can't
out and
pull up
move
your
forward, bro.
screen, man.
I
This
just
is
yeah.
what
said
we
the
doing.
garden.
This
I just
nigga be
told you
like,
they
"Do you know the
supplied Egypt.
circumference of this
I'll give
nigga's
you a
I just
taste
hairline?"
told you
sample
they
of your
And then
screen.
supplied
he
Egypt.
expect you to answer. He be
I
like,
Yeah,
"Do you
just
know
yeah.
the
told you they
circumference of this
I'll
nigga's
supplied
argue your
hairline?"
Egypt.
case, man.
And then he be waiting for you to answer. What the?
Okay,
Do
you
you know
gotta
the
argue your own case.
circumference of this nigga's hairline? And
I
then he
just
be like,
told you
"All
that
right,
that,
now
that
waiting for you to
area
answer
that was
that."
the suppliers of Egypt. So
Come
what are you
on, bro.
saying? And
Go
I
ahead,
gave
bro.
you
Go
the
ahead.
origins of the anointed oil. So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is the anointing oil is the ancient tradition. We can't really pinpoint it to that generation.
Yeah, you can't
What are
just say
what
that. That's where they get
what
it
what
from.
are you? Because
So
from what I understand, The anointing oil that you get from the olive tree goes back to Genesis. You see, one tree is the fig tree, where Adam and Eve covered themselves with the fig. And then, of course, we know the other tree would be the olive tree. Preserve life is what olive does. Me, I say. So if you
So
understand the Mount of Olives and, you understand where Christ went back to was heaven, you understand what I'm saying? Then you come to the realization of why they put olive branches as a sign of peace and eternal
okay,
life. You understand what I'm saying?
okay. Well, let
If
me
you go
give
to the
you some
hills of
more.
Yeah, you
Ethiopia,
acting
you're
like
gonna find
olives
some
don't
more.
grow in other
Let,
places. In
me
Africa, the
let me
only
give
place
you
you
some
get olives
origins. So
from is in this one spot.
if
Wow,
you look up the Siwa Oasis Berbers, okay, those are the cultivators of the olive oil plant. Okay, not only are they the cultivators of it, they're the ones who are supplying Egypt with the anointed oil. They don't get no olive oil without those Siwa Oasis Berbers that are indigenous inhabitants of Egypt. And that language is still spoken out there. Anybody feel free to
Yeah,
look it
did you
up.
say Selah?
Dude,
Siwas,
the brothers are not
Siwa
indigenous to Egypt.
Oasis.
You know
So
the
are you
La and the
talking?
W, they're all interchangeable. But
Not
moving
Joey.
forward,
I
like
said
Bill
C.
and
I
Will,
said CY. I
but
said
Ethiopia,
SIWA. CY. Or you can type in seaweed.
Ethiopia actually cultivated and collected the plants and resins that become
I'm talking
anointing
about
oils,
supplying
incense,
Egypt right now.
and perfumes. We also hear about this in the Holy
you said
Scriptures
right
with
now,
the Queen of the South coming with many spices and herbs,
right? That
which
came
are
through
for
the
the healing of the nations.
right through the
What?
what do you call it? The incense
Try.
road. The incense road was bringing up the saying they was yeah
They hit just
that was
with the Bible.
Ken. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. Like you're acting like where they get their olive oil now has something to do with how plentiful olives were all over that region. Like that's madness to me, bro. Like
Okay,
olives
They,
were
well,
all
they
over
okay,
the
slow
tag
down.
team
Hold
just
on, wait.
saying.
So, first off, you got to show your people being agriculturists. You got to show them cultivating. You got
No,
to show them
I'm
putting
asking
on
which
major
Berber kingdom are you
cultivations.
referencing, bro? What's the greatest Berber kingdom in history?
The greatest Berber kingdom.
Yes.
First of all, the Berbers are where? Where are the Berbers
Listen,
at?
it's a simple
No,
The
question,
you
bro.
Berbers are from.
answer the
Hold on, slow
question.
down. Oh, I am about to answer you. Okay, the Berbers are from where? Morocco to
You don't
Egypt?
answer a
Okay,
question with the
Well,
question.
hold
I
on,
asked you
Answer
what
the
slow down.
question
kingdom.
with
That
the
boy
Okay,
question.
is
I
Morocco.
crazy.
asked
The
you what
Address
Berbers
this
kingdom
man.
are from
in
Morocco
Berber
to Egypt.
history
Yes.
is the greatest example of being a Berber? That's a very
Hold
simple
on, wait, but
question.
time out. Did
Which
I not just
kingdom
predate
in
Arab by
history
10,000
is a
years?
great
Hold on, wait.
example of
I
being
Answer
a
just
Berber?
simple
predated. I
questions.
predated Arab by thousands of years.
Man,
Pay
see, this is
attention.
why I stopped talking to this brother before and I jumped out the room because this
You
right
gotta get
here,
some
you
sources, bro.
sidestepping, bro. You like Chris Paul out here, bro. Come on, man, for real, bro.
I'm showing you. You know
That
what?
you
I'm
be
It
telling
don't
you, bro.
matter.
sidestepping, bro.
So
Like you
hold
can't
on. Do you
answer
want to step in the ring
answer
then?
a
Hold on.
question
Are
with
you
the
asking to
question.
step in the ring?
Hey,
You
Can you
can't
everybody,
tell me
just
answer
the
a
one
You
question
private
got
with a
chat
strongest
sources. You
real
got a
quick.
Berber
lot there.
kingdom? Tell me what's the strongest and mightiest Berber kingdom that ever existed?
just answer the
The
question.
one
No
that
question.
predates Arab by thousands of years.
You can't tell us which one. You don't know the
Name it.
name.
Come on, B.
Didn't I
Name
tell
it.
you
What you
he be
mean? The
asking
opposite,
questions?
nigga?
What's the size and circumference of his
The
hairline? And
reboot,
you're supposed
nigga.
to answer
The
immediately.
reboot, nigga. What you saying? You want more, nigga? Like, y'all serious? Boy, y'all niggas ain't got a
The
clue. I just told you the
Libu are
seaweed Berbers in
Libyan.
Egypt, nigga.
You talking
Those are
about
indigenous
Libyan?
to fucking Egypt. So how about
Libyan,
that? Y'all ain't looked at them
but
yet.
not
Those are indigenous
indigenous,
inhabitants of Egypt. But hold on,
not
wait. Didn't
Libyan.
I predate Egypt by 5,000 years?
Bro,
So
we
if I
asked
had
you
So
what's
Berbers
the
slow
what
down,
in
kingdom.
slow
shit, bro,
down,
y'all
Silk.
ain't, yeah, boy,
Slow
don't get
down.
me
You're on the
started.
rant.
Y'all been
You're on
force
the
up.
rant.
See,
The
this is the
Libu
weird
are
stuff
not
to
I
say,
just
indigenous
bro.
predated by
Do
to
it
five. Hold
Egypt.
on,
without
wait. I
hogging
predated
the
by 10,000
microphone. Come
years.
on, bro. Other people want to speak,
And
family.
I predated Egypt
Throwing
by
smoke
Hey,
bombs.
5,000
No,
yo,
years.
no,
check
We
you
got
check the
don't.
a
private chat,
replay.
Bro,
gentlemen.
this is
Check the
the type
private
of
chat.
nigga make me
Yeah,
leave the
tell them,
whole
dog, 'cause that
stage,
shit
the
already
room. I don't even want to
solidified.
be around this energy,
Yeah,
bro.
you good, dog, because I predate Egypt by
Can you
5,000 years,
please
nigga.
just
Get your
chill
knowledge up.
for a
Hey,
second?
Silky, let him get it in. But I
Like,
need all y'all
they
to check.
don't even have nothing old, and I got to hear this bullshit out these fools. I
Hey,
done
brother
predated
Zion,
everything they got.
It's not about. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
get a chance to talk.
you see this? What I'm saying, bro?
Bad,
You know, you might
A1
think
for
it's
sure.
bullshit, but somebody think what you saying
He start
bullshit. You
hogging the.
know
It's
what I'm
like
saying,
we got
so
one
I
microphone.
Got
understand.
We
you,
just want
A1.
to pass it around, but one just hog it all night.
And I don't
And
know
think
who
the
right or
whole
wrong because
conversation
I'm
about them.
over here doing 3 things at once. I'm making graphics.
I
I
said
got
my
the stadium
I
open
thought
for
this
y'all
was about
tonight.
me. I thought this was about me giving some
No, it's an
information, but I
open
guess
panel.
not.
Open
I guess
panel.
I gotta sit and listen to them.
It's an
Silk,
open
you
panel.
said he
This
lying.
is I mean, it's a spar session. You
It's a
know, you can come
sparring
get an
session.
interview anytime
And
you
then you
want, brother. You
Stop
sidestep
know I got
lying,
you.
you
Silk.
sidestep
You
the
But
always
look,
lying,
majority out
Silk.
here.
I'm trying to get y'all to check the private chat. So
I don't
just
see
check
nothing
the
in the private
private
chat.
chat.
Oh, okay, let me look.
I'm just saying, yeah, go ahead, check the private chat. That's all. Go ahead, do y'all thing, though, gentlemen. My bad about
Yeah,
interrupting
so
Silk
y'all.
as
if
a
we're
liar,
having a
man.
conversation, let it be scholarly, let it be
He's a
balanced,
liar,
let it be
man.
Yeah,
just.
nah, man. I'll see
Don't
y'all in
have
the
to lose
ring,
out of
man.
it. It's simple.
He said the Libyans is indigenous to Egypt.
I asked him, "What's the greatest Libyan kingdom that ever existed?" It's a very simple question. Can you answer it?
It's funny. He
I'll tell
left.
you, the greatest Ethiopian empire that ever existed was His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, without question. That he had given him 3 constitutions, freed the slaves of Ethiopia, gave the church autocephaly, unified all of Afri, the land all of y'all was talking about 5 minutes ago. 32 nations in less than 10 years. Those are the words of John F. Kennedy. You understand? You understand? You know what I mean? Like, you can't fuck with our kingdom. I don't care what you say or what kingdom you bring forward. You could talk about Mauritania or Morocco. You could talk about Numidia, or you could talk about these people you keep talking about and bringing to the table every time I hear you. But none of them are going to compare to His Majesty's real legacy. I mean, and if you do have a kingdom, bring it forward. I would love to hear it. And matter of fact, if you have a candidate that you think has accomplished more than His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, I would please humbly request that you bring him forward, and we can compare resumes and see which one has outdone the other on behalf of mankind. If His Majesty come out victorious, then disregard your false gods and walk with the one true, Almighty, His Imperial Majesty Emperor
Yes, sir.
at first. That's me I say.
Yeah, man.
Y'all, man.
So
Real
this is
talk.
I see this
You know what I'm saying? Shot,
with
shot.
Silk. Silk does this a lot in the chats, and
He
yeah, I
beat you, Silk.
to the conversation. My
Why
bad,
he
Bantu.
ran from the? Why he
Yeah,
run?
because he wants to control the narrative and cut people off and keep sidestepping questions and answering questions with questions.
Right.
This is just to confuse and confound, you know what I'm saying, instead of actually getting down to like how hard is it to name a kingdom? You know what I'm saying? He says Amazik. What kingdom? What was the king? Name some kings, name some name friggin' a dynastic era of the Amazik. Like, I mean, it's not really that hard. You know what I'm saying? But we sidestep with questions and we throw all of this other stuff out. We start throwing olives and stuff in there and never getting to the meat of the argument, and then walk off like a pigeon on a chessboard like you won something. That's not how we do it, man.
He started the
I'm
conversation,
not
but it's
trying
an
to knock.
open panel, so everybody get to
Yeah,
talk. You
I'm
know,
not trying to knock,
it's
you
not
know what I'm
an
saying, Silk,
interview.
but Silk got to do better with, you know what I'm saying, with that, what kind of his argumentation style is a little bit.
Yeah, it's an honor to be on the stage. You didn't honor it. Don't sidestep. You know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's little
Y'all
smoke and
funny.
mirror tactics and stuff like that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, what I just did with Homeboy, smoke and mirrors, you know what I'm saying? Smoke and mirrors, redirect, try to freaking daggone minimize, turn around and try to switch the conversation over to, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna stay, you know what I'm saying, on topic. We're not gonna get into the weeds or the olive trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. We got to do better.
Yeah,
What's
because
up,
I can
Bantu?
see him saying something like, so and so went and rode horseback in the battle of blah 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 and
Right.
defeated tens of thousands. You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say His Majesty got up in an airplane and his royal symbol rode the clouds exactly how the Bible says, and then
Right.
drop off on them. See me? I say, and destroy their whole effort in half a second. I mean,
Yeah.
but you can't say your man's did that in that time. You know what I mean? So His Majesty outdoing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then when he brought up the bones in Morocco, it's okay. So but it predates the Berber, and even the term Berber is a freaking is a negative connotation, and it was used broadly. You know what I'm saying, for most North Africans. So You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what he's trying to do. I think he has to work on his methodology a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because
Basically, saying we want to have a
big
good
broad
conversation
strokes.
with you, Aya.
Yeah, man, making these
We
big
do,
broad
but
strokes.
we gotta be. You know what I mean? If you don't have none, no scholarship, man, then learn some scholarship, Aya. I know you're excited about this Berber kingdoms that have existed, but I'm just asking for you to name the one and name that person in that kingdom too, while you're at it. I mean, name
Right,
that prophecy that person fulfilled while you're at it, because I can name all of them that His Majesty fulfilled, historically speaking. I
right.
mean,
Or
keep
we
it
can
in
go
a
back to
scholarly
all of the kings of
conversation.
Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't name one, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can even discuss Mansa Musa, or I'm saying, from Morocco, or what I'm saying, what have you.
Mhm.
You name kings,
Right.
pharaohs. You know what I'm saying? Dynastic eras and periods. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to talk about the greatness of the Berbers and you can't name a kingdom or war? You know what I'm saying? You don't. You know what I'm saying? You still over here talking about bones that predate daggone the Berbers by thousands of years. So I don't get it. What's good, Bantu? You know what I'm saying? I heard you sound a little muffled, though. You know what I'm saying? I think you got to get a better mic, my brother.
I got this little thing on right now. This little blower on right now.
Yeah, man. So what was you and his beef? What was your beef with Silky, Bantu?
Uh
What was your beef with Silk?
no, man, still got a little debate coming up anyway.
Okay.
On on the Berber the Berber people predate the Hopla group or the Bantu 800, shit like that. So we got us a little debate coming up.
Cool.
Yeah, the challenge was made. I don't know if Buddy's gonna step to the stage with a kingdom or a messiah or emperor, or what you have. You know what I mean? That can compare to His Majesty.
I don't know what he got. He probably got, I
You
don't
don't
know.
have to use this
Probably
majesty.
gonna use some more shit probably.
You know what I'm saying? You could use any one of
Some
the
shit over in Spain.
yeah. You could use any of the daggone Ethiopian kings. You
That's
know,
what
so
he probably gonna use.
Any comers? Any comers on His
you
Majesty's
go to
legacy?
Menelik the freaking second. You could go down all the way down the line. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't even name one. You know?
Right. Mm-hmm. Saleh
I don't even think he
Selassie,
got one.
Yeah,
Lali Ben
name me one Berber freaking daggone empire and its ruler that you know what I'm saying that is historically what I'm saying
Right.
recognized at all. You know, I don't I've never seen any Berber kingdom. Amazigh or is it Amazigh? You know what I mean?
You're right. Well, this is what I say. If he tries to put him in the airplane, His Majesty destroying his record. If you ain't coming in the airplane, I don't. I'm looking down on you on that horse, man. Like, man, I ain't want to ask you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Do it,
sir.
please. But hey, the Ethiopians, they was lions against eagles, and you know what I mean. Just like the Book of Ezra's reference.
Yeah. And
Ezra.
our Bantu brothers too. You know what I'm saying? They
Shout
spread some.
out,
You know what I'm saying? Big shout
shout
out to
out
my Bantu.
B.A. Anderson in the chat. He on the
Don Juan
Facebook watching.
DeMarco.
I'm
So
about to
for
drop the
sure.
link on the Facebook in case anybody over there want to come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was just I guess I don't know what happened. Silky hopped off the chat on the Berber convo. I don't know if he got they smoked his boots or his phone died, but we shall hear about it tomorrow in the back chat, I'm sure.
He wanted to control the narrative, and you're over here trying to be like, yo, come on, man. Stop running around the daggone questions, man. You don't answer questions with questions, yo.
Yeah,
He
Just
that's
probably
go,
gonna go look
the
some shit
challenge.
up real fast and finna hop back on.
Well, it's nothing wrong with having such a strong root in Ethiopia. I'm not
yeah, it's
against a
fine.
person.
Yeah.
I'm not against a person saying that life started in other
Right,
places around the world, but
right.
acknowledging those roots, however you do it, is essential to, in my book, your scholarship. You know what I'm saying? You can't disregard the root of a tree or the vine You know what I
Right.
mean? But and then uphold the branch as if it's better than the vine. You know what I mean? This don't make no sense. There's a language, there's linguistics and travels and things that have happened historically. I think that outline
Right.
human existence, and I think you can
And sometimes I feel like, the brother tries to place this, this Berber thing, what I'm saying, as if it like, if it's some form of superior race or superior tribe than other African tribes, which, I kind of take offense to, what I'm saying. Meanwhile, you already know the whole, Eurasian back migration, what I'm saying, from the Eurasia back into Africa, what I'm saying, those haplogroups, what I'm saying, that, we know are in Northern Africa, what I'm saying, what have you. But to try to, to place, this Berber tribe over other groups of African tribes, what I'm saying, that kind of feels like, like that Hermetic hypothesis just flipped. You know what I mean?
And then when you know His Majesty already is the only person in history to unify the continent that way.
Right.
And, and then during his times, like in the time frame that he did it, which was very short amount of time, and you like, it's very hard now, historically speaking, for a person to have another person they could bring forward, and it's not an idealization because the body will go back to dust, but what we see is the power of the Trinity incarnate on earth and accomplish all of these things on behalf of mankind. It's a gift to mankind, right? Ultimate gift, justice. You know what I mean? Justice, and this is where I think all of the other studies flow from. That's when you can get into Numidian and you know what I mean, the
Right.
Maya Empire and all these other
Right.
kingdoms, like even what he was referencing earlier. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, man. I kind of fell back off of debating the religious the religious and doctrine or the the Bible so much because I'm dealing with a whole bunch of people who are trying to apply the sciences and stuff like that, and so I'm looking at it from more of a scientific perspective, a political, socio-political perspective is where I'm gonna start focusing. So what I'm saying, I'm you carry that sword, what I'm saying, swing that sword, what I'm saying, and I'm gonna be swinging from the other end, what I mean, so they can they can see like we're not just we can delve into many different conversations, what I mean, and still eat them, eat them like food.
Well, like let's say hypothetically, we was talking about history. If you reference history, you got to reference the church because the church were the educators.
That's what listen.
It's not like you can
Perfect
remove
example.
them from history because they're historically the educators, and now that not only brings them into the picture, it now becomes the foundation of your history.
Right, and that's a perfect example because of the last conversation I just had because I had a face off today with Taz. And Taz is trying to pigeonhole me into religion about the Black Messiah movement, right? And what I'm saying, trying to assert that the Black Messiah, what I'm saying, movement was only specific to religious ideologies. When you had a whole movie about the Black Panthers called Judas and the Black Messiah, you had the FBI and COINTELPRO, what I'm saying, talking about Black Messiah from a symbolic standpoint. However, what I'm saying, when I talk about the Black Messiah movement that began in 1920s and existed, all the way into the 70s, what I'm saying, its influence, its echo, its effects reached further than the religious roots. That began, yes, with Haile Selassie, when he was first coronated as Rastafari, what I'm saying, Black folks were stuck on religion. Now, this brother Taz was like, see, that's where we went wrong. We went down with religion. Now, hold on, bro. What I'm saying? Everybody was indoctrinated with Christianity or an Abrahamic faith. So what you're asserting is
I agree.
Absolutely ridiculous to say that we went wrong with religion. How? So if a person has a broken, just use this as an analogy or demonstrative. If a person has a broken leg, you gonna get mad at them for not running? So the only way to get them to run is to heal the leg, right? Then they can run. But you talking about, oh yeah, we went wrong when we went religion. Everybody was in a religion. Everybody was in the Abrahamic faith. And the only way to get us out of the white supremacist ideologies that were indoctrinated and forced upon us was for us to see the Black Messiah. We had to re-identify ourselves according to what we knew, which was Bible half the time. You understand what I'm saying? So it was important for Black folks to see Haile Selassie and to see a Black Jesus image. I still remember that episode on Good Times when little man freaking daggone took the white Jesus off the wall.
Michael showed
right?
the
Put the Black Jesus
Christ
on the wall. That was in the 1970s. How it deeply affected Black people to no longer look at themselves as subhuman beasts of burden, you know what I'm saying? But to look at themselves from a very divine, humanistic standpoint. So how is that not beneficial? Yeah.
They act as if imagery is not important, while today they always say, well, where are the people who represent us? Or, why can't we have the first Black president? Or why can't we have, this person of my color being the owner of an NFL team or owner of, just stuff like this.
Right.
So if y'all can say that same stuff today, why isn't that still true in the past? And when it comes to things like religion, man, everybody was religious. Like you said, the people who believe in religion since the beginning of time until now has done more for the world than people who are non-religious. So that argument shouldn't even come up at all.
Right.
And
Go ahead,
as
bro.
a matter of
ahead,
fact, when you look at Ethiopia, you can see that it was their faith that made sure that they won the war, because they had faith in their faith, which was their religion.
Right.
And they practiced it religiously, and this produced what a religion is supposed to produce. Whereas other nations may practice religion, and it's come so far from what a way of life should be under Almighty.
Right.
So it's counter. It's like, why is Rome fighting Ethiopia if they're both Christian nations?
Right.
But you see,
Come on now.
the Roman Christianity is the false, right, faith with Antichrist. You have Hitler, who resurrect the Holy Roman Empire. You have Benito Mussolini, who incarnate himself or reincarnate himself, or however he want to label it, as Julius Caesar. Right. And you have Christ saying, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to the Lord what is the Lord's, distinguishing the enemy's kingdom from Almighty. So now you have a proof incarnate of this battle referenced in Revelations with these 10 axes powers, just like the Bible referenced them, and everything lining up historically. You have the resurrection
with the horns on the
of the
head.
Roman Empire.
You're going deep now, bro.
Yeah, you have the resurrection of the Holy Roman Empire with the Lateran Treaty, giving the Vatican attention now from Italy, and Italy from the Vatican, as they ignored each other, didn't even identify each other as authentic, because the House of Savoy took the throne, and also the Holy Roman Church had fallen in 1806. So here come Mussolini resurrecting it, literally, not hypothetically, with this Lateran Treaty, uniting Rome and making the Catholic Vatican faith the only faith of Italy. Right? So now, giving it vassal states and money, is resurrecting this, if you will, harlot. And this is a historical fact. Now, that's where, for me, when I talk to Christians in the Western Hemisphere and I ask them, if your pastor believe in the Bible, is World War II referenced in the Bible? I asked them that. Can you show me where the Bible references World War II? And they say it's not in there.
No, it is.
Western Christians response is that it's not in there.
Oh, it's in there. Revelation chapter 11 speaks about the second woe, and the third woe has not yet come. Right. So we're talking about the first woe. And the first woe we see, and I think that goes back to 9 or 10. The first woe we saw locusts that were spitting brimstone, or you know what I'm saying, huge locusts spitting brimstone from their mouths, and fire and smoke proceeded from their tails.
The simplest way I say it is the horses
They couldn't.
is
They
a
could.
perfect example of
Yeah.
why they went to war on horseback during that time. It's very
Well,
Mm.
they
simple.
saw what
If
I'm
they
saying, like in Revelation.
if this generation is the fulfillment of prophecy, then they're gonna go to war on horseback. That's what the Bible say. The horses are eaten by the birds of the air. That means this time has already passed. The nations aren't getting ready to go to war on horseback or with swords.
Oh, you got horsepower.
The book of Isaiah says they'll beat their
Right.
swords.
Horsepower.
Yeah, the book of Isaiah says they'll beat their swords into plowshare. You go to the United Nations, you see the man outside beating his sword into a plowshare. You see on the wall the verse of Isaiah, right? So there's fulfillment there. We don't go to war with swords no more, dog. This ain't
Right.
samurai. This ain't, you know what I mean? This
I
ain't
do.
Arthur and the Arthur, Sir Lancelot and the Round Table. No, it's none of that. It's we dropping off on people and then shoom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We
Flying off.
we
See, but no,
sending intercontinental shit. You know what I mean? Like, so
I like
all I'm
what you
trying to
said
say
about
is,
Rome
can
too,
you?
bro. Not to
Mhm.
cut you off, but
No, go
what you
ahead.
were saying about Rome, how it lost all its power, and then now is the power has been given back. When you read the book of Revelations, like you were saying, when it comes to end time prophecy, it talked about the horn or the beast that had got wounded as if it almost died, but then it got its power back. You can see that happening just in what you just explained a second ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in a more like 1,000 year millennial reign. We're outside of the kingdom of heaven. There's weeping and gnashing of teeth. But if you look at like these nation states, they're not really warring as so much as skirmishes or like conflicts of
Cold
interest,
Wars. Yeah.
cold wars, if you will. Because like the war, when you see World War II shit kick off, that's war. You know what
Right.
I mean? And people are and thinking that it's gonna happen any day, but it may not for 1,000 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This to me. All I'm gonna say is like there's a lot of fear mongering in the world,
Yeah.
but if you understood the theater of war in World War II,
Right.
what you see today is pales in comparison to
Mm-hmm.
this all-out global conflict. So that's what I'm trying to say. This is a specific time in history where men are going into war on horseback with swords, and this is now this time frame historically has passed. So how does a pastor in the Western Hemisphere reconcile the question posed to him: Who sits on King David's throne? Where is Israel? And and why have you not mentioned World War II in any of your sermons as
Now,
Armageddon?
I ain't gonna just doodle. I ain't gonna just doodle on my brothers in the faith. You know what I'm saying? But I will be honest, man. A lot of these preachers and pastors, when you go to their churches, man, it's all about the feel good message and
Feel good
coming
message.
back next week to get another feel good message. It's
Right.
you rarely hear
Right. It's
a
a
lot
pep
of these
talk.
preachers and
Right.
pastors,
Right.
really talk about first off, sin and people getting their life right. Let alone go
Right.
into the book and try to break down some of these prophecies and let people know what has already been fulfilled, what's coming up to be fulfilled. Half of them don't even know, bro, so they
Now,
don't even touch
That's the
on it.
thing.
It's the same messages every Sunday. Moses split the Red Sea.
right.
Noah
So
built the ark. You know what I'm saying? It's
So
the
now
same
let me
stuff.
ask
So
you. So now let me ask you. Can you imagine you was in history class in the ninth grade or eighth grade, and they said Benito Mussolini started World War II by invading Ethiopia, causing the Abyssinian crisis, and encouraging Hitler to invade Poland. And then they said, but the Lion of the tribe of Judah prevailed to destroy Mussolini's right kingdom, right? Because the House of Savoy is no more, right? So he put a fatal head wound on that kingdom. It's no longer kings on earth. There's no more sovereigns. You feel what I'm saying? And there's no more
hmm
blessed sovereigns. So
Right.
so uh, that's a time in history where His Majesty has now checkmated the world.
Right.
When you're the head of the Ethiopian Empire, the head of the Solomonic dynasty, the head of the Oriental Orthodox Church, the head of the United Nations, the head
Mm-hmm.
of the African Union,
Mm-hmm.
right? The head of the World Evangelical Councils
Mm-hmm.
as a special guest by Billy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
what does that do? That gives you a certain amount of influence and
Right.
power, literal, not hypothetical. I
Right.
call
Yeah.
Africa,
Literal.
she comes. I call Ethiopia, she comes. I call the church, she comes. I call the state, she comes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
And then now not just have the authority, but have proven it through war,
Right.
because we've defeated our enemies and never been conquered
And
from the
check this out.
beginning of our kingdoms. You know
Check
what I mean?
this out. What does that do to the collective mind of a people of the diaspora who have been downtrodden and oppressed for hundreds of years to now see what I'm saying, their own black what I'm saying, king do all of this stuff after being told for years that you're subhuman and you're this and you're that, and what I'm saying, and you're not in the book, you know what I'm saying, and then for us as a
Right.
people to see this, how much,
Right. Imagine His
much
Majesty landing and
yeah,
all of the troops coming out and all of the heads of
yeah,
states bowing and all of
this
them
affected
representing
black folks, in the diaspora deeply, not just Rastafari, you know what I'm saying, of North America and Jamaica or the Caribbean. This affected black folks. There was black folks who were in the military during World War II that literally stole planes. There was an air and went against what was it, Lyndon Johnson or somebody? I think it was Lyndon Johnson who told them that they could not, join in the war effort. And
against
they did it
Ethiopia.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They ran
Yeah.
off with
Hundreds of
airplanes
thousands.
to Ethiopia so that they could help in the war, and then came back to face daggone yeah.
Mussolini, and you see, he called them from every nation too, not just the United States.
But I'm saying the
Majesty,
black folks, the Air Force pilots, when they came back, they had to face freaking court martials.
right.
For
So
real?
this what I'm trying to so this what I'm trying to say. His Majesty, but he still called them, and they came. You know what I mean? His Majesty put a call out, and blacks from
That's
around the
power.
world came. Hundreds
That's
of
real
thousands
power.
from Harlem itself, I believe, signed up. Yeah,
They
man.
went GTA and stolen planes and flew off.
Yeah, man. Hey, His Majesty called. He led the largest Pan-African movement in world history. When you unify, first off, he had to first bring these nations to peace before he could unify them under one umbrella. And he checkmated them in one meeting. Everybody signed. Don't go home. See me? I say everybody that came in that building was basically sign this before you go home today. Boom. You know what I mean?
That was after the League of Nations fell because of their violation of Haile Selassie. So when it says, what I'm saying, that the nation that he would, the
He'll
nation,
gather the nations,
right,
and
but he
pour
would,
out his
the
indignation.
nations would also fall.
Yeah.
They would also fall.
UN.
Right? So we saw that historically. And a lot of these folks are waiting for freaking Kimbo Slice Jesus to come out the sky with a freaking daggone white afro breathing fire, and they done missed the whole
Help the
daggone.
devil out. Yeah, they want to see all that. They want to see
you don't miss the
Blake
daggone
Paul. What's his
revelation.
name? Jake Paul. That's what they want to see. Jake Paul. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites. You ever seen them images of the black
with the green and white afro with the red eyes?
Yeah.
Nathaniel, pretty
You
much.
look at some of them, it's actually Kimbo Slice's face with a white
No,
afro.
that's actually Nathaniel from ICIU.
No, yeah, ICIU ones do that. The other
Say
guys have the Kimbo
Slice on the
Slice.
pad when I write.
The other ones use the Kimbo Slice. Yeah, I know that the ones that use, they use Nathaniel. But the Kimbo Slice Jesus killed me, yo. I fell out.
Same, man. They play too much.
Out, bro.
You know what? You know what bothers
the
me?
most demonic image I've ever seen.
You know what bothers me is that Pastor Gino Jennings came
out
and said that His Majesty's not the Lord of Lords and King of Kings.
Man, that dude there, man.
It said he say it's a lie out of hell, but like couple years later, he come out talking about the homeland, the full Bible is found in Ethiopia, and I'm selling them now for
that dude double tongue, dog.
$5.50 a book.
Right. That dude double tongue. And because he talks with authority, a lot of people think that he be knowing what he be talking about because he talk with authority. But when you listen to that dude, and if you actually know the Bible or know the history behind it, yeah, he ain't really saying a whole lot of nothing, bro.
Yeah, for him to say that, we got to really think how blasphemous that is, though. To sit here and say he ain't no Lord of Lords and King of Kings is, first off, a complete lie. That is his titles. The church, right? And the state gave him those titles, and the Solomonic dynasty ordained that. That's an ordinance from Almighty. So that's blasphemous.
Now, and then he said, I've been putting this challenge out here for all these pastors for all these years. Dude, stop lying, bro. Any one of these people who try to debate you, You never show up to the debate. You never answer the call, but you get online acting as if that you know everything. That you get online acting as if you're so confident in the stuff that you're saying, and you
Yeah.
won't even let nobody challenge you on that stuff. That's
I
how
had
we know
called,
you a
yeah, I
liar, bro.
called him out on some
Some
of
of
that.
these people are agents, man.
I called him
Yeah,
out.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
from what I heard, Nathaniel Wright was officer, and I don't know what happened or came about with the separation. But those are some things to consider. Did he go into the intelligence side of operations?
Now this is
Did they
this
put
is
him out there
right.
as a personage to lead
Yeah,
a
I don't
false
know, but
movement to co-opt it when their leader
right.
died? Because it went from commandment keepers, and then it was so far from this Ethiopian
More science.
belief
Yep.
that it
Yeah,
originated
What you
and it
mean? What you
transformed
mean?
into,
Explain
well,
that.
okay, so the commandment keepers,
that doctrine, A1.
Josiah
Yeah.
Ford, Josiah Ford was head of the commandment keepers and
Hmm.
believed in Ethiopian, um, and was called as a son to come at His Majesty's coronation,
Right.
and was given honor at the coronation and even a burial in Ethiopia. And you see Josiah Ford leading this origin of the faith, which goes back to the 1800s. But nevertheless, you see Josiah Ford, a righteous man
Right.
who ended up going um, to His Majesty's coronation. I think this is a clear sign that anybody who claimed to be a true Hebrew Israelite and understands the foundation, or what you would say is the root, right, as they are the offspring, right, they would respect their root. You know what I mean? Josiah Ford is their roots. How can one
Half of
claim to
them
be
don't
a
know that
Hebrew
though, bro.
Israelite?
Half of them have never even heard of
Yeah.
the
Right,
commandment keepers. They
right.
came along once like the one West camps had broke
Yep.
up and
Yep.
everybody split and made their own
That's when
camp
the
or whatever.
co-op
That's where a
happened.
lot of these dudes come from. Yeah.
That's
Right.
when
Right.
the
Right.
co-op
It came
happened.
out of Albert Bivens.
Yeah,
Albert
man.
Bivens, who was a student of Matthews and Ford.
That's
Yeah.
when the co-op happened. Now you
Mhm.
over here in Nigeria, and
And that's
or
what I
you
was
over
trying to
here in
tell. Yeah.
where they Kenya, pissing
Right.
these people off to the point where they kicking you out of their country. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
And that's the point
Mighty
too.
Like,
Hebrew.
you over here talking about, oh, you worshiping white Jesus. What? Because you found one or two people or churches doing that? That don't represent all of the people in that
Right.
country.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So you misrepresenting that country. And that's the first thing you do when you get there is pass judgment.
Right.
That
Nah,
whole
you
straw that
you
whole
trying to
straw
keep
man
people from returning. That's what they trying to do.
that whole straw man argument within itself. I like what you just said. They assume that just because certain people have like white Jesus or whatever,
Right.
they act as if everybody have white Jesus, and then for y'all to go over here into this country,
Right.
leaving here, going way over there to the other side of the world, thinking
And
that you can give
misrepresenting
that
the whole
same
community.
message over there. That's why y'all got y'all butt kicked out because ain't nobody playing with y'all when it comes to that stuff. That's what y'all believe.
Right.
That's a straw man position to take and put that on everybody. And
Right.
watch it. They still do that to this day.
Yeah,
Most
yeah, they're
people,
going.
including white people, in these churches. I've been to a bunch of churches, bro. I ain't seen white Jesus in forever, but these dudes will still get on
Well,
these internets and say, "Y'all got
uh-huh.
white Jesus in your church."
We'll
Hey,
see.
who
We'll
you
see.
lying to, man?
Well, see. Here's the thing. You could go to Ethiopia and find white Jesus in certain churches, but most of those white Jesus were given as gifts from other Christian
There
leaders
we go.
who were
Right.
there touring. But that doesn't represent the most ancient pictures. The most ancient pictures are the Ethiopians' pictures. So if
Right.
I was a Hebrew Negroite and I wanted to go over there and misrepresent people, I might just take me a white Jesus picture and say, "You see, the
You
Ethiopians
see?
worshiping white Jesus."
Look, read.
You know what I mean? And
That's
then
right.
that might piss the Ethiopians off. Like, no, that's not what we believe, and you
Yeah.
misrepresent us. And maybe
And this
that's
should
what
go
happened
both
with the
ways too, though.
yeah,
White
man.
Jesus and black Jesus, both of them, when it comes to the image, both of them are false. So how can you tear down their white Jesus for your black Jesus when neither image is right? So
Well,
so
I
y'all
would
in the same
say
boat if you think
when
about it.
when you look at Selassie and you look at the original pictures of Christ, you could say that he was tawny. You could also say he was Caucasian because technically Ethiopians are, and then you could also say that he's black because we know Ethiopians
All
are
right, you can
mixed
say he
race
all of,
situation.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
He
any of
all of
them.
them.
You know what
You know
I'm
what I'm saying? He the whole world in his hand. You
saying?
know what I'm saying? In one man. You see him as the regular height of man too. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
this is the original man right here. You know what I mean? That we
But
that we deal
I
with
like
the
what y'all
root
said
and the
earlier.
offspring.
It's kind of hard for me. Like when I be on Facebook, you know how they share pictures of Jesus or whatever. I know that's not the image of Jesus, but
Right.
I may like the message that's on the meme. I don't even share it because I know that people will get whacked out thinking that I think that this is how Jesus look, or you know what I'm saying, whether black or whether white, because
Right.
they
Nah,
hold that
he
straw
looked a
man
certain
up
way.
so much, man.
He looked a
You
certain
know
way,
what
bro.
I'm saying?
They described him in Rome, and he looked a certain way. We know the Bible described Christ now. This is the thing, feet of bronze, hair of wool. You know what I mean? It tell you.
Well,
You know what I'm
now come
saying?
on, we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole, but that was the
No, we
vision that
can
John
because they used
saw
other
of him
names.
in
Sardis. They said Sardis. They said he was
no, no,
Sardis.
I'm saying
Go type in
when we
Sardis.
talk about the bronze and the hair of wool and stuff like
Uh
that,
huh.
of course, we're talking about how Jesus looked in John's vision when he went to heaven and got his
Which
glorified
is how
body. That's
Jesus
not
is
talking
in
about
real.
how he looked on. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, like I said, I ain't
What
want
do
to
you
go down
think
the
he
rabbit hole,
changed
but
his? Remember his body? He showed the hand holes in his hands, so he didn't change when he went to heaven. A different look. They're describing his look in
well,
heaven,
no,
which
I'm
is
talking about
not
even.
different from his look on earth.
No,
Right?
no, I'm saying
It's no difference because.
even how they break down that scripture with the feet of bronze and the hair of wool and all that, it's not even saying that in the first off, when it comes to his hair, it's talking about the color of his hair, not the texture of his
It's
hair.
talking about
And when it
both.
talks about well, no, it's not. It's talking about the texture. But anyway, I ain't trying to argue with you on that. We can do that another time. But even when it comes to the bronze stuff, which we know how bronze look when it's burning in a fire, it got that glow. You know that glow that they put on TV when somebody is kind of divine. They give me a little shine glow. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. I was saying what you were saying though when it comes to people going to these other countries or even over here in this country, trying to dictate to them what their image of Jesus should be. With me personally, I don't care how Jesus looks. I don't care if he's black, white, green, purple, or whatever. As long as he's the Messiah and he is the person that did the stuff that he said he did in the Word of God, that's all I care about. I could care less. So I'm not racist. I don't got no more love for black people than I have for white people and vice versa. So I'm not even on that type of time anyway. You know what I'm saying? But for those type of people who was talking about, like the Israelites and the going back to the commandment keepers all the way up to One West, all the way up to where we are now. Geno Jennings' doctrine, even though he claimed not to be like an Israelite per se, we can trace the stuff that he say in his doctrine back to some of these people's doctrines that came from the commandment keepers, as you were alluding to earlier. You know?
Yeah, I would love to. And I think that you should really consider that faith evolves. Some stay in the older, some go into the new wineskins. Those that
Yeah,
are in the older, maybe of the first command or commandment keepers. Some that are in the
right.
new, maybe in the new, but all are in the way. If you're not in the
Mm.
way,
What you
I'm someone else said.
what you know about this? But they say that people like the commandment keepers, they got their information from the British Israelites back when, when they were
Nah,
saying that they
this
were
was
the
a
Israelites.
pure
You
No,
know what I'm saying?
African
no,
movement.
it
The
didn't.
head of state of Ethiopia sent emissaries here,
Yeah, Malaku
Okay.
Eban,
all
and
the
and
way to
also
Tewodros and
and
Queen
also in Harlem there was a large
Zildjian.
Jewish community there, so it wasn't getting stuff from the British. A lot of them were
Okay.
yeah, we
The
were
British were
involved.
Yeah,
allies
yeah.
through
British
through
British
through the
Israelism. Yeah, yeah.
lineage. You
That's what I
gotta
was saying. Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
Great Britain and Ethiopia have lineage to Solomon and to the throne through Moorish marriages and etc. that go all the way through to Ethiopia as well, like Edward the Blacker, etc. So you
Yeah.
got these very important networks going on simultaneously. Not It's not conscripted to just one time that all these events are happening. They're happening congruently.
Right. Yeah. If people paying attention, it is fascinating, man. It's I mean, not only is it interesting, it's fascinating, and it kind of make you open your eyes, especially if you never looked into it like that before. I mean, it's kind of hard to not see if you're looking for it though. You know.
When you talk about the British Israelism, that's what the camps got with the chart. The chart actually comes from British
Okay,
Israel.
that's what they were saying. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So okay,
that's
okay.
One West. Those are the One West, not the Commandment Keepers. Commandment Keepers didn't have anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? In fact,
Gotcha.
they were a part of the Ethiopian World Federation. They were Ethiopian Moorish Zionist Jews, and the Commandment Keepers. Arnold Josiah Ford. I have to correct myself next time I go on Netta. because I actually mixed up Matthews with Ford, but Matthews, you know what I'm saying, was also his contemporary, you know what I'm saying, during that time. And
I like that you double back to correct yourself, man. That's nice work, man. That's nice work.
Yeah, man. I made a mistake and said Matthews when I really met Ford. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, they had a different ideology. The commandment keepers didn't believe in Christ, whereas Geno Jennings believes in oneness doctrine. He believes that Jesus
right,
is
yeah,
God,
Pentecostal one,
the commandment keepers, they were Old Testament only. Although they did reference Christ here and there, but they were more like Orthodox. You know what I'm saying, in their Judaism.
Gotcha.
Right, like Beta Israel.
Yeah.
Beta Israel?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's that?
Beta Israel live in the highlands.
They call them Falashas, but that's
they also migrated to they also migrated to Israel in 1992 on a project called Aliyah, where the Jewish community tried to use Beta Israel as a means to prove their their authenticity. But Beta Israelites are also converting to Rastafari at a pretty quick rate, and some are desiring to move back to Ethiopia because of the discrimination they face in Israel. If you want more evidence of that, just type it in on YouTube. It'll pop up.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, you don't got to pull up the source for me. I'm going to look at it.
I'm going to fall back, Brethren. Relax a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Good luck for the reasonment. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ross Roll. You know what I mean? Kick that. You know what I'm saying? That knowledge for the people.
Yeah, you going to bed, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm going to take it easy, man. I got to do some typing practice, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Before I lay it down.
That night early.
Yeah, I'm on. Now, I'm old head, man.
So we got to get them 8 hours in.
You know what I'm saying? Got to. All right, y'all. Bless up. Y'all, man.
Bless up.
All right, Zion.
Have a good night.
Perfect luck.
Yo, do we have a meeting tomorrow, Ross?
Actually, I'm not sure. I think it might be next week, but I'll double back and text you to let you know.
Yeah, man. All right, bless up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Roz Royal, and we got to get you set up with a interview, so that way you got any presentations?
No, I just do the will of Almighty when people are interested in learning. I'm excited to talk about His Majesty, man. It ain't kingdom that can compare,
Let's go, man. I appreciate you, man, popping up here tonight, man. We kept it simple though. We kept it real simple. We kept it light. Nobody, what you about to get into for the night, man?
I'm at work, bro. So I'm gonna be up until 6 o'clock. So
I'm about to move around a little bit, man. I was keeping.
Well, yeah, I was just. Yeah, I just had to keep my word to you, man. Let you know I'm gonna jump on her, man. Show some support, of course, and it won't be the last, of course.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna start trying to kick this open panel more often, and I got somebody else to help out. Apollo Bay, when he's not focusing on debates, is gonna hop up here and kick this Spar session off. He said he want all the smoke, and he got a couple brothers that's been chasing him around, so he gonna bring them over here.
And as you already know, these are my hours, bro. So these late hours into the morning, this one I'll be up. So I appreciate you if you're gonna start hosting or having shows around this time. Then I have more of an opportunity to actually be on them because I try to sleep during the day so I can be up at night. So if you do start having more of these late night conversations, I definitely appreciate you, and I definitely be jumping on some of them, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know where to catch me in the back chat. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. We do have a debate tomorrow. I'll go ahead and run a commercial just in case you two gentlemen haven't seen it, and everybody else out there at TV land. So,
all right, brothers. I'll catch up with y'all later.
All right, have a good night, man. Have a good night.
Peace.
God bless. Guide and protect.
You too. Same to you. Same to you.
This November, the Coliseum of Arguments opens its gates once again. The stage is set, the question explosive. In one corner, the Argument League champion, the revolutionary voice shaking platforms across the internet, Suave Boss. preaching black power, unity, and unapologetic truth. And standing across from him, the former Lions Den Debate League champion with a record of 14-1. The mind behind the philosophy, God is light, light is electromagnetism. The electrifying intellect, King Naga. This round's topic: does being American conflict with being black? Two titans, two worldviews, one question that cuts the core of identity, loyalty, and liberation. Who speaks for the truth? Who walks away victorious? Find out Sunday, November 16th at 8 p.m. only on the Coliseum of Arguments. This is Titans Debate League, where minds collide and legends rise.